Hello everyone, welcome to the Coven. My name is Angel, and today I am going to be covering my very scary, potentially psychic dream that occurred about 2 months ago as of now. I think it's 2 months. It may have been sooner, but I'm just going with like how I remember it is 2 months, maybe. So that is what we are going to be doing today. And the story is honestly so scary, especially like being the one to see this unfold in a dream. It was terrifying. Like probably the worst dream or nightmare. I guess nightmare is the word. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I have been away for a bit, so I haven't been able to film in my studio here because I've been out filming all the paranormal videos that you guys are seeing. So now we finally get to talk about that. So I want to try to paint a picture for you about this scene that I'm seeing. So in this stream, I had just checked into this hotel, and it was not just a regular hotel, but a beachside skyscraper hotel. Now, I don't know how accurate skyscraper is, more like how would I describe that? Like probably at least 20 floor hotel, maybe more. It was just one tower, one square tower, but it was like 20 floors to the top. And I would say from the viewpoint that I had that I was probably maybe somewhere a little bit above the middle of it, so maybe the 12th floor, I want to say, in the stream. It was just above like the halfway mark, but it was still like super far down. And the room that I was staying in the stream had a very big balcony. I was standing on this balcony with my dad, and we were looking down at everyone like going by and having fun below. And I remember the wind had started to pick up a bit, so people were kind of like rushing around, like trying to either pack up their stuff to go home or just try to get somewhere sheltered because it seemed like a storm was about to hit. And like over the course of about what felt in the dream like 10 minutes, it was definitely picking up a bit. Like people were rushing around more. And then at one point, I looked down and I saw this homeless couple. I saw them down below on the left side of the building, and they were loading up a little car that had a bunch of stuff in it. And I had ordered a package to be sent up to the hotel room that basically had a new sweater and some clothes in it. And I realized that maybe I don't need those clothes. Maybe someone else needs them more. So I told my dad that I was going to go down and bring this package to this homeless couple that didn't really have the right clothes for the weather. So I had sent him down to pick up the package, but he hadn't quite left yet. I just like told him about it, and he started to make his way over there. And then right as he went to go into the building to get the package, we heard this loud noise that sounded like a bunch of rocks being dragged by the ocean. So I looked over in that direction. Like, after this sound had continued on happening for I want to say about a minute, like, I wasn't that concerned about it at first because it seemed like a pretty normal sound to hear coming from the ocean, so I wasn't really worried about it at the time. But after this went on for a minute, I looked over to see what was happening, and I was met with just seeing water. I just saw this massive wave approaching, about to hit the building. It was taller than the balcony I was on. Like, it went up probably 10 feet above this balcony, which is crazy. And I had no time to react to it whatsoever. and the wave hit and knocked me off the building, and I fell into the water. And the water would like, I would fall into the water for probably about like 30 seconds, and then I'd get like pushed back up to the top by the wave, and literally was sent flying and grabbed onto like this trampoline that I saw floating in the wave, and just held on to that, figuring that's like my best chance at survival. And just absolute chaos, people screaming, like people scattering that were not hit by the wave. Like it was so scary. I feel like in the dream I survived it because it didn't really cut off abruptly. Like it gradually just, being in the water was the last thing I remember from it, but it didn't seem like I died in the dream. It was just like I was holding on to this trampoline and floating in the water. And then the dream ended like slowly. It didn't end right away. It ended slowly as this happened. I can't think how to describe this, but the dream like ended slowly rather than abruptly. Like it slowly faded to static, and then I woke up. That's how I would explain it. And I was horrified waking up from the stream. Like I I actually was like, "Oh my god, that's the worst dream I've ever had in my life." And I went and told my friends and my mom about this dream just to show them like, "Guys, listen to this dream. Isn't it crazy?" Like I was just amazed at how awful it was. Like I don't usually have dreams that are that level of intense. Like, I've had some intense dreams before, but never to that extent. That was like crazy. Like, the craziest dream I've ever had in my life, for sure. So, I told my mom about it, and she had told me like how, like, that's awful. Like that sounds like a one of that sounds like it would be like one of the worst experiences to have. And so, and about a week went by, and I was just kind of like on and off thinking about this dream because I never forgot like any detail of it. I remembered it so clearly, and it happened exactly as I described to you. Like every event in the dream, I can still remember 2 months later. And one day I was curious because I have had dreams that were a little bit psychic before, so I decided to look up tsunami and see if there was any talk of it happening because I was just worried. Like, I was scared of beaches for that entire week. Like, I did not want to go near a beach, and I would actually think about not wanting to go near a beach even though I knew I wasn't going to be going near a beach. I was still afraid of it. So I decided to look it up to see if anything had happened because I was just genuinely curious. And it turned out that the day after I had this dream, there had been a massive earthquake in Russia. It was an 8.8 magnitude earthquake, which I think the highest, I don't know if this is correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the highest magnitude an earthquake can be is 10, and this was an 8.8. This was like a devastating earthquake that happened in Russia, and it happened like in the ocean, I'm pretty sure they said. I think they said it happened in the ocean somewhere around there. And because it happened in the ocean, that means there was a tsunami. And from what I didn't read too much about it. From what I did read, there were four tsunami waves, and somehow miraculously no casualties whatsoever, which is amazing. I'm so glad that everyone was safe, and nothing too bad happened. There were people that were injured, but from what I heard, nobody died from it, which is incredible because those tsunamis, like, they're devastating. They're like one of the worst natural disasters, probably. So, yeah, that happened. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, the day after I had this dream about a tsunami, and I've never had a dream about a tsunami in my life except for that one dream. It's honestly insane to me. And I kind of took the approach of not immediately assuming this was a psychic event just because like I kind of felt bad for saying that it would be because like that's that's like a huge natural disaster. Like that's just a very serious topic I did not want to involve myself in unnecessarily per se, but I told my mom about the tsunami that happened the day after my dream, and she told me that she remembered I told her about this dream on the day that it occurred, and I showed her the post where the tsunami had happened, which showed the date that it occurred, and the date was one day after I had my dream, which is so crazy because there's an average of two tsunamis per year. There's an average of two tsunamis per year in the world. So having a dream about a tsunami right before one would happen does not happen very often whatsoever. So it was honestly just a crazy experience and even crazier to think about. Like that happened, I don't even know how far away, like multiple countries away, like across an ocean. And I had this dream that was so similar to what actually happened that I am just, I don't even know. I'm just like so weirded out by that that's a thing that happened at like in general. It's crazy. But yeah, so that happened. I don't know what else to say about it. Just like, okay, that was an event that happened. I know I sound like a broken record, but it was definitely the scariest dream I've ever had, and I can say that with 100% confidence. I have no reason to lie to you about any of this. If anyone thinks that I am making up this sequence of events, I am not. This is genuine 100% from my heart. I would never share this if it was not 100% the truth. But if you want to hear more story times like this about my psychic and haunted life, let me know in the comments below, and I will gladly share some of the events that have taken place in my life that involve both psychic and haunted experiences. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye!